exactly what I That's exactly what I did. I hop on one of these calls, and it really changed the way I looked at life. It really changed the way I look at the way I was working, because I used to have a 9 to 5. And now I'm able to actually work from the comfort of my home and spend amazing quality time with my families and my children's. So do not take this call for granted, and have an open heart, and really just think about, what are you going to do in the remaining months that we have on this year? We have about 4 more months, and this year is going to end. But how are you going to end your year? How you end your year is essential to the beginning of the next year. So my name is Millie Mills, and I am a TBX educator here in iMastery Academy. And I am super, super honored to be here with also Brandon Boy, who's actually a TBX educator. He's a dad, he's a husband, he's a chairman here in iMastery Academy, and it is a complete honor to be here in his presence as well. But first off, I want to go over an amazing academy that really, really changed my whole entire life. Literally, the way I think, the way now I behave, the way I operate in life. And I do believe that this information that you are about to see today can definitely transform your life. So let me explain real quick, why are you here? Well, the reason why you're here is because somebody that is part of this amazing academy experienced some type of transformation. And they thought about you and they said, you know what? I believe that this individual needs to hear this information. I have seen this individual doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I believe that this is the time for this individual to hear this information, to see this information, and to start this information. So first off, let me bring you up to the I Am That Center. This is the center that is going to allow you to understand TBX. What is TBX? Time-based trading. What is really time-based trading? What are you exchanging? You are exchanging currencies. You are exchanging different assets. You are learning a skill set where you can apply it anywhere around the world and literally change your life. Now, the first thing that you want to do is click academies, because this is where you're going to learn the language. You see, if you do enter our Go Live sessions and we start speaking about bullish, bearish indicators, that language is completely different. So right over here, under TBX, we have English, we got German, we got Spanish, we have all different type of languages that is going to allow you to show you the foundation, to teach you the foundation of what is TBX. But it is not over here, ladies and gentlemen, because this is just the first part. You officially graduate when you actually do finish watching the whole entire TBX series. This is where now we are going to proceed with step 2, which is Go Live. And this is actually one of my favorite parts. And the reason why I say that is because we have many different educators that are live different times and day out of the week, which means if you are working 9 to 5, well, guess what? You can choose a later time or vice versa. So as you can see, once you click TBX Academy, you are going to see all of the TBX educators right over here. Okay, we have morning sessions, we have afternoon sessions. We also have another section, another TBX section right down here called TBX Binary Pro. And this section right over here is where I actually teach Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m. EST. We also have pre-recorded sessions. Every educator here in iMastery Academy has their own bootcamp, which means you can scroll down, click favorite sessions right over here, and boom, you get to learn the way they look at the markets. You get to learn the strategy that they use. You get to learn the mindset. What's the first step that that educator does, and what's the last step that that educator does? Very, very key. Last but not least, strategies. We have many different types of strategies, ladies and gentlemen. It's like going to a buffet and having many different types of fruits. You choose your strategy, different personality, different way of trading, different way of looking at the market. Very, very key. So we're going to go ahead and click strategies right over here. And we're going to exit. and we're going to scroll down. Notice that we have all of the academies here, okay? So you're going to click TBX, and as you can see, we have many different apps. That shows you that we have many different strategies. Now, the strategy that I focus on is called impulse strategy. And actually, the creator is actually here on the call with me. And I'm not going to go over this strategy here because he's a creator. He's the creator of the impulse strategy. He's going to go over absolutely every detail that is going to allow you to understand how to enter the market, how the market moves, how does these patterns really how can these patterns actually make sense? Because if you're here for the first time, it might not look like it's making sense. And I can relate with you if you do feel like that, because that's exactly how I felt. But hopping on these go live sessions, I was able to create this movie in my mind to understand exactly the world of TBX. So I am honored to bring up the next speaker. He is an amazing, amazing educator. Like I mentioned before, he is a dad, phenomenal leader. He's actually Chairman 100 here in iMastery Academy. He has impacted the lives of so many people. And what he don't know is that he inspires me. The fact that he does his workouts every single day. He posted on his Instagram, and he is so disciplined. And when he says that he's going to do something, he does it. That for me is an inspiration. So for that being said, Brandon Boyd, take it over. Let's go.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Millie. And by the way, guys, if at any time I'm actually traveling, and so if any time my Wi-Fi is a little bit weak, just let me know. I'll turn off my video and just do a screen share. But Millie, thank you so much for that. I definitely want to give it back to Millie Mills. If it were not for Millie, the likelihood of myself and Dr. Lee actually being on Go Live would not be too good. She really set a tremendous example for us that inspired us to want to learn more. And so Impulse was in part actually created because of people like Millie Mills, who really pioneered Go Live with what we have today. And so I know I've said it many times. I'll probably continue to say it for the next 5 to 10 years, but she really is one of the pioneers of Go Live, and is one of the reasons why it's here today. So definitely grateful for her and for the example, Millie, that you have set for us. And so, guys, today's day 3. This is the final day of the masterclass, and super, super grateful. Hopefully that you guys have been learning up until this point. I know some of you are seeing this for the very first time. Some of you have seen this over the last couple of weeks. Maybe some of you have been involved for 6 months or 12 months, but you're still not really seeing the success right now in regards to trading. And I want to tell you, first of all, by raise of hand, that I was there once too. In the beginning, I didn't make money, but knowing what I know today, I can tell you that you can succeed with trading. That trading is actually not as hard as you might think it is. I will tell you this as well. Trading is the best thing that I've ever done. It is fully scalable. There's no limit to your income, no limit to your potential. It is the best thing that I've done in all my years. I've been an entrepreneur for over 2 decades. I've not worked a regular job since 2004. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't worked, because I've certainly worked, but I'm talking about like going to an actual job. And so I want to tell you that we can teach you and tell you with authority and with credibility that what we are doing does indeed work. So on this day, I want to talk to you about the game plan on how to basically move forward, and then I'll show you some stuff on Impulse as well. So I am going to do a share screen with you. And again, at any time, if you cannot see my screen, just let me know. So I want to talk about this long-term trade plan. I think this is really important. First of all, everyone needs a plan. When I was 19, I heard that when you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. You know, he who has no plan is not going to be able to build a tower, right? And so you got to make sure that you have a plan. Now, a lot of people's plan is just to get to the weekend. So they have sight, they don't have vision. Everybody needs a plan. And when you talk about trading, you need to have a trade plan. Now, this long-term plan that we talk about is called the Benjamin Principle. I learned this early on with trading. I've never forgot it. And that's why it says if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This is very important. So I want to focus on this here tonight. Now, in the beginning, I did not understand when people would say like a simple growth plan versus compound growth, I actually did not even know what the difference was. Now you can see without me telling you how you would create linear growth. Just look at the diagram. Okay. There's a difference between simple growth and compound. It's that what we call the compound effect, which is what Albert Einstein talked about. It's this ability to create exponential growth, that if I have $100 today and I grow it by $10, I have 110, I now have more money to work with, so that as I continue to increase my trading balance, I can create exponential growth, that there's no limit to what I can make with trading. And I want to talk to you guys about that tonight. So just as an example, simple growth is something that grows at an incremental fixed amount over time based upon initial principal amount. So just as an example here, you could say 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 5, right? So pretty simple to understand that. But the compound effect, compound growth, which is what Albert Einstein talked about, that's something that grows at an incremental rate. So instead of a fixed amount, it's actually an incremental rate over time based upon the initial principal amount. So let's just say it was $100 plus the new growth. So it's really growth upon growth. So again, 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 equals 31. So you can start to see that those numbers really start to compound. Okay. Now that's why Albert Einstein says compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Now, if any of you right now, if you guys have some debt, you know that with that interest, as that credit card debt gets higher and higher and higher, what starts to happen? It gets to the point where you don't believe that you can actually pay off that debt because it keeps growing, that interest percentage plus the debt amount going up. This is that reverse effect with trading. So rather than it actually working against you, this can now work for you. So this is a very powerful principle that I want to focus on here tonight, that I think is important for you guys to understand, because you got to take advantage starting right now in your life of what we call the compound effect. Okay, so you consider trading based upon a percentage of your account instead of a fixed currency amount. So like, for example, my personal goal anytime that I'm trading is typically about 1%. Now I'm looking to do 1 to 2% on a daily basis, about 5 days a week. That's my personal goal. Now, what this does is it helps to protect your account on the downside. So if you have drawdown or a loss, while taking advantage of the long-term growth effect. So for example, I'll have a max loss. Maybe it's a half of 1%, 1% or 2%. It's not going to blow my account. And so that's what we talk about, this taking a fixed rate, but basing it on a percentage. And in my mind, it makes it very simple. So if I have $100 and I'm going to risk 1% of my money, you guys already know that that's $1, right? It's not $10, that's 10%. It's $1, a percentage. So if I win the trade, I make $1. If I lose the trade, if I'm doing a 1-to-1, then I lose $1. But I know I'm going to make that up on the next trade anyway. And so this is where that compound effect really starts to take advantage. That this is not as hard as you think, but here's the key. It's about learning proper risk management. And we teach you that through our Go Live sessions. Like Millie was talking about, our compound effect and our Go Live sessions, what we teach you guys on there is extremely powerful. Okay. All right. So I want to take you on Impulse right now. And I'm going to do new share just to make sure that I can. Okay. So here we are, run Impulse, and Millie was pulling it up. Now, we've been talking about different strategies, scanners, academies, also products inside the company. Okay. Impulse is one of the strategies we have. Now, it just so happens to be the #1 used scanner and strategy in the company, period. Myself and Dr. Lee created it. That doesn't make us the GOATs. It doesn't make us better than anybody else. But we believe that because of the simplicity of our scanner and our strategy is one of the major reasons why people are using this. Let me give an example. So right now, we are looking at Euro USD. So in fact, if I go to the alert panel and I want to look at Euro USD, in fact, by the way, I can even type it in here, Euro USD, there we go. And in fact, let's even look at one that is actually trending right here at the top. GBP, so Great British Pound, NZD, New Zealand dollar. Okay. So like right now, I'm going to take this example. Let's go ahead and mark this up. And by the way, I keep everything elementary. You guys, a lot of you are here for the very first time. So if I go back over the last about 30 minutes, if I go about the last 30 minutes, okay, right here, you can see on the primary trend line that it is blue. So in that case, what I do is I am only looking for buys because the line is blue. The second thing I'm going to be looking for is my secondary trend line. The blue line is over the red line. So that's a second check mark that I'm looking for. So the blue line, I'm only looking for buys. Look at what it says here. Our alert panel, it's in an uptrend. Strength scores above 20, which means it is what? It is trending. It's not consolidating. So it's got some momentum. All right. In fact, these actually auto-populate based upon which ones have the highest strength, as you can see. Right down here on the stochastic, which doesn't mean anything to you when you're brand new. That's okay. That black plot line has crossed down and it crossed up. That's a good sign. And you can see down here on the RSI, Relative Strength Index, which doesn't mean anything to you when you're brand new, and that's okay. That black line is in the blue shaded area and continue to go outside that area. Now look at what happened. Draw an arrow up. Look at what has happened the entire time. It has continued to do it. Look at price. So price is over here on the right. Even when there's been some pullbacks, you are still getting blue arrows up. You'll get a couple pullbacks with red arrows down, but it has continued to do what? It is in an uptrend. That's why you're getting that. First of all, that's why you're getting the prior trend blue. It stayed blue the entire time. Most of the time, this secondary line, known as our secondary trend line, has stayed above the red, so that's good. And you've gotten all these blue arrows. So if I had gotten in here on this spot right here, and I'd put in a buy, I would have been making money all the way up until this point. So still right now, personally for me, because like this is, by the way, guys, this is real time. I'm only looking for buys in this situation. Now you can start to see we're getting a little bit of a squeeze of the blue line on top of the red line there, where there could be a potential crossover. So I might wait just a little bit, but you still have this black plot line down here that crossed down and crossed back up. You still have this black line down here in the blue shaded area. So that's good. And so we're still seeing right now that overall GBP, NZD is in an uptrend currently. Look at on the right, it says it's in an uptrend according to the 1 minute chart. Strength score 54. Again, it's not consolidating. It is above a score of 20. Anything typically below 20 will indicate that it is consolidating. It could be a little bit flat. Let's look at another example. NZD USD. What is the first thing that I'm going to see on this one? Look at this. We had a red line here. What would I be looking for in those situations? Sell. Look at what happened right here. So here, look at the drop on this candle. That's a 1 minute candle. And in fact, that's actually the day candle. Let's click on M1. I want to show you this. This is pretty crazy. So here you have the red primary trend, the secondary secondary trend line. Red is over the blue, and look at what you've had. Price has continued to go down over the last 20 to 25 minutes. Look at the drop in price. If you had gotten in there, look at what happened. A cross up and a cross down on the stochastic. And look at what happened down here. Red shaded area. So you got sell, sell, sell that whole time, getting a whole bunch of red arrows going down. Look at continued to stay red. The secondary trend line stayed red. Look at all the red arrows. Price is continuing to go down. Look at that. You can literally watch it live. Price is continuing to go down. If I had put in a sell on NZD USD, I would have made money pretty much the whole time, even with a few pullbacks. Okay, I could show you this on anything you guys want to see. Forex pairs, commodities, cryptocurrency, indices. For people that trade stocks and futures and all of that kind of stuff, you could do the same thing. Anybody that wants to get trained, we have over 20 languages: English, Spanish, Italian, Polish, German, Portuguese, Russian, French, all these different languages to teach you guys how to actually do this. If you want to change it from a light to a dark, so let's just go ahead and back to the train. Let's go ahead and change this for you. Let's go dark. So now if I want my eyes to be able to see the charts and it be a dark background, or heck, even if I'm colorblind, click on that. I can actually choose one of those as well. Any market, Forex, commodities, digital currency, indices, stocks, any strategy. If you're a scalping trader, intraday, swing trader, or position trader. Now look, when you're brand new, you don't even know what kind of trader that you are. You just want to make sure what? That you make money. That's all that you care about. And so our goal with what we do here at I Am Mastery Academy is to teach you guys and give you the proper tools and the knowledge to be successful. See, when I read the good book, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It's what you don't know that can hurt you. Ignorance is costly. We don't want to be ignorant. You need to get the information that can change your situation. My friends, we have that information. You've seen over the last 3 days that we have the information that has changed our situation. Now we have a great desire to change your situation as well. I am married. I have 6 children. I'm on vacation again. I'm actually visiting my parents. I was just in Vegas last week as well. In 2 weeks, I'm in Europe. I'm going to be in 6 countries in a period of 10 days. I will speak to thousands of individuals. 3 weeks after that, I will be in Croatia speaking to over 10,000 people. And then from what we do, I'm able to then the next month take my wife on a cruise for an entire week, paid for by the company. Paid for. I could have never dreamt back in 2004 that I would be doing what I'm doing today. But yet I did dream it. And if you can see it, you can achieve it, right? If you dream it, like you can achieve whatever it is that you want for your life. There's literally no limitations. My mind, all I think about is abundance. I know that great things can happen for you. This is not about myself. This is not about Millie. This is not about any of the tremendous speakers that we have had the last couple of days. Every single one of you has the power within you to change your life, to change your finances, and to use that compound effect to your advantage. Look, you got to use interest to work for you, not against you. We have so many people where interest is only eating them alive. They have interest on their house payments, interest on their car payments, interest on their credit card payments. Interest is working against them. It's not working for them. My message for you guys tonight is to allow interest to work for you, to make the change in 2023 that I'm going to use the compound effect of not just my mindset, but my finances. And if I get me right, I can get my world right. If I get me right, I can get my bank account right. If I get me right, I can get my relationships right. Okay? You need to have a plan. No more of having a plan to get to the weekend so that you can hang out. I'm talking about a long-term plan that can change your life. And we want to give you that plan. We want to give you that roadmap that can truly change your life. And I say this with passion and authority because I know what it's done for me. I know what it's done for Millie, and I know what it can do for you as well. You need to have a plan. We want to show you that plan, give you that blueprint, and give you that roadmap that can absolutely change your life. Trading, as I said before, is the best thing I've ever done in business. I cannot even tell you anything that is better than learning the skill of how to trade, because it doesn't matter what's happening in the economy. It doesn't matter what's going on around the world. It's almost, without saying it, about as recession proof as it can get, because it doesn't matter what is going on in the economy. Look, if the economy is great, trading is great. If the economy is bad, trading is still great. This is the best opportunity that I've been a part of. I feel privileged and grateful that thus far I've been part of iMaster Academy, partnered with this company for 7.5 years. And I'm looking forward to the next 10. It's going to be powerful. I want to welcome you guys to join with us, to partner with us, to let us teach you and mentor you and help bring you to the top as well. That's a passion that we have. I know that Millie has that passion as well. And I want to make sure that you take that opportunity for yourself to give yourself that chance. There's a greater risk in not getting started. Think about that. Jim Rohn said, you think that investing is risky? Try not investing. That is risky. All right. So Millie, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back to you to close things out. And guys, again, I want to say, give yourself that opportunity to say almost that faith-based question. What if it actually works? Rather than fear-based, well, what if it doesn't work? You don't need to think that way. If it doesn't work, then you're just going to keep doing what you're doing anyway. But what if it does work? How does that change my situation? That's the question that you want to ask. So Millie, back to you, and thank you so much for being on here.
Wow, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it right back to Brandon Boy. I mean, I felt like I needed to sign up again. I mean, that passion came out. I'm like, wow, wow, wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time is up. And I just want to say that you really got to think about your life, just like how Brandon Boy mentioned. You know, we have a couple of more months left for this year to end. And if nothing changes, nothing will change. So make sure to get back to the person that invited you and let them know, I'm ready. I'm ready to get started. I probably don't understand it all, but I just trust. I'm going to open up my heart and I'm going to do something different before this year ends. I'm telling you, your life will never be the same. The type of information that you're going to hear, the type of information that you're going to see is going to expand absolutely everything in you, that you're not going to have another choice. You're not going to have another choice to do things differently. So let me go ahead and first I'll share my screen, because this is the screen that you are going to see. So once they send you the link, right, this exclusive link, you are going to click get started. Once you get started, we're going to scroll down and we're going to click TBX. And of course, we have an enrollment fee. To get started with us is only $214.95. That's it. And we have a monthly fee of $184.95. But guess what? You can hop on whenever you want to on our Go Live sessions. You can go back and hop on to the TBX Academy and continue to learn. This is nonstop, literally. Every single day, you have access to us. You have access to live educators. And not only that, but you are learning a skill set that you can multiply it to your children, and that nobody can take it away from you. You can use the skill set, work from your home. You can use the skill set, and literally, even if you have Wi-Fi 30,000 feet high on the plane, you can still log in and enter some trades. So really think about that. Really think about the new lifestyle that you are about to live before this year ends. Love you guys. And definitely get back to the person that invited you. Let them know that you're excited for this brand new journey. Get started. And I cannot wait to see you all in our Go Live sessions. Love you guys. Your girl, Millie Mills and Brandon Boy. Let's go.